Most Toyota owners think the same thing. They think the hybrid battery just wears out over time, like any battery would. You drive for a few years, the battery gets old, and eventually, boom, a big repair bill shows up. That's just life, right? I used to hear that all the time. And honestly, it's not completely wrong. Time does play a role. But here's what nobody tells you. The bigger factor. The one that actually determines whether your battery lasts 150,000 miles or pushes well past 250,000 is what you do behind the wheel. Every single day. Your driving habits are either quietly protecting that battery or quietly destroying it. And if you're making the mistakes I'm about to walk you through, your battery could fail years before it ever should. So today, I want to show you 3 specific habits. 3 things you can change, starting today, that will genuinely add years to your Toyota hybrid battery life. No money, no tools, no mechanic required, just a slightly different way of driving. And once you understand why it matters, you won't be able to unsee it. Before we get into the habits themselves, I want to give you 60 seconds of context, because if you understand how the battery actually works, everything else will click into place. Toyota's hybrid battery management system is seriously impressive. It's not just storing energy and qualities, it's constantly watching. Temperature, charge level, discharge rate. It's adjusting everything in real time, trying to keep the battery operating in what engineers call the optimal charge window. Not fully charged, not nearly empty. Somewhere in between. And that window is everything. Staying inside it is what allows these batteries to survive hundreds of thousands of miles. Every time you drive, the battery goes through cycles. Power goes out when you accelerate. Power comes back in when you brake. The system is constantly balancing, constantly managing. It's elegant, actually. The problem is that certain driving behaviors push that battery outside its comfort zone. Too much demand, too fast, too often. And then there's heat. Heat is the single biggest enemy of battery chemistry. Full stop. It speeds up degradation. It stresses the cooling system. And it does its damage silently, degree by degree, without giving you any obvious warning. Here's what I always tell people. The difference between a battery that lasts 200,000 miles and one that starts failing at 100,000 isn't luck. It's not which dealership you used. It's the daily stress load the battery has experienced over its lifetime. Manage that stress. Protect the battery. And the first habit starts before you even realize you're putting stress on it. Habit number 1. Aggressive acceleration. Hard throttle inputs. The kind of driving most of us do without even thinking about it. Picture the scene. Traffic light turns green. The car next to you moves. And your foot just reacts. You press down, you go, you're ahead. It feels totally normal. In a regular car, it wastes fuel, and that's about it. In a Toyota Hybrid, it does something more serious. When you demand hard acceleration, the battery has to deliver a large spike of power. Immediately. Not a gradual draw. A sudden, deep discharge that pulls the battery's state of charge down fast. And in city driving, this happens over and over again. Hard launch, brief cruise, hard brake, hard launch again. Cycle after cycle after cycle. Each one of those aggressive launches is forcing the battery into a deep discharge event. And deep repeated discharge cycles are exactly what degrades battery cells over time. Here's the mechanism, simply put. Battery cells have a finite number of deep charge-discharge cycles before their capacity starts to shrink. Toyota's system is specifically designed to avoid deep cycles, to keep the battery in that middle range we talked about. But when you demand massive power repeatedly throughout the day, you're overriding that protection. You're pushing the battery into the territory the engineers were trying to keep it out of. And on top of that, rapid discharge generates heat inside the cells, which, as we've established, is exactly what you don't want. The consequences aren't immediate. That's what makes this so dangerous. You won't feel the battery degrade. You won't hear anything. But over months and years, capacity quietly shrinks. Fuel economy dips. Electric range shortens. And the battery that should have lasted 200,000 miles starts showing problems at 120,000. So what do you do instead? Simple. Smooth throttle application. When the light turns green, accelerate gradually. Let the car build speed over 2 or 3 seconds instead of demanding everything at once. When you need to overtake, plan it. Build speed smoothly and steadily rather than stabbing the pedal. Anticipate what's coming so you're not reacting aggressively in the first place. And here's the line I want you to remember. Smooth doesn't mean slow. Smooth means efficient. Smooth throttle keeps battery discharge shallow. It keeps heat low. It keeps the system operating exactly where Toyota designed it to work. That consistency, over time, is what adds years to the battery's life. Habit number 2. Constant heavy braking. Instead of using regenerative braking the way it was designed to be used. Now, most Toyota hybrid drivers know regenerative braking exists. They've heard the term. But knowing about it and actually using it properly are two very different things. Here's the simple version of how it works. When your car slows down, the electric motor runs in reverse. Instead of consuming energy, it generates it, feeding electricity back into the battery. Kinetic energy that would otherwise be completely wasted gets converted into stored charge. It's one of the smartest things about driving a hybrid. And it works brilliantly, when you give it the conditions to work. The problem is that regenerative braking requires gradual progressive deceleration. It needs time. When you brake late and hard, when you're right up behind the car in front and you jam on the brakes, the system doesn't have time to recover energy efficiently. The mechanical brakes take over, and all that kinetic energy that could have gone back into the battery, gone. Lost as heat through the brake pads. Think about what that means in real daily driving. Every gentle coast toward a red light. Energy returns to the battery. Every late hard stop, that energy disappears. In city driving, this happens dozens of times per hour. The difference in battery charging over a full day, a week, a month. It compounds into something genuinely significant. But there's a second issue beyond just the lost energy. When regenerative braking is underused, the battery's cycling becomes uneven. It discharges during acceleration, but doesn't receive consistent, smooth, regenerative input to recharge. The system works harder to maintain balance. And again, more workload, more heat, faster degradation. The fix is a habit of distance. Look further ahead. Not just at the car in front of you. Scan 50, 100 meters down the road. If you see a red light or slowing traffic, start lifting off the throttle early. Let the car coast. Let the regenerative system begin its work. If you still need to slow further, apply the brakes gently and progressively. Give the system time. Let it do what it was built to do. Your Toyota is actively looking for opportunities to recover energy on every single journey. All you have to do is drive in a way that gives it those opportunities. Your Toyota wants to recover energy, not waste it. Habit number 3. This one is quieter than the others. There's no dramatic moment, no obvious error. It just accumulates. Driving without managing heat, and letting the car sit in long idle conditions when it doesn't need to. Imagine a typical summer afternoon. You're stuck in traffic. The AC is running. The sun is hitting the roof of the car. You're barely moving. Nothing feels wrong. But inside the battery pack, temperatures are climbing. This is what I mean when I say heat is silent. You don't feel battery temperature rising the way you feel yourself being aggressive on the throttle. There's no feedback, no immediate consequence. Just slow, consistent damage building up inside the cells. Here's what's actually happening. Elevated battery temperature accelerates the chemical reactions inside the cells. At normal operating temperatures, those reactions are stable and controlled. As temperature rises above the optimal range, the chemistry becomes more aggressive. Electrolytes degrade. Cell membranes experience stress. Capacity shrinks. And it doesn't require extreme conditions to cause damage. Sustained moderate temperature elevation, repeated regularly over months, measurably shortens battery lifespan. Not dramatically all at once, quietly over time. Toyota's cooling system fights hard against this. The fans activate, airflow increases, the system does everything it was designed to do. But in heavy summer traffic, in a parking lot under direct sun for hours, in repeated short urban trips with maximum AC, the cooling system is fighting uphill. Long idle periods add another layer of stress. When the car is stationary with the engine running and climate control active, the battery is delivering power without receiving efficient regenerative input. It's a one-directional load. Over time, that pattern adds to thermal stress and uneven cycling. So what can you actually do? Park in shade whenever you have the choice. It sounds almost too simple, but cabin temperature directly influences battery temperature on warm days. Shaded parking reduces the cooling system's workload from the moment you return to the car. When you know you'll be stationary for a while, turn the engine off rather than idling. Keep the battery vent area, usually located near the rear seat base or inside the boot, clear. Luggage and cargo stacked against those vents restrict airflow and make the cooling system's job harder than it needs to be. And in hot weather, if you can pre-cool the cabin while the car is still connected to a charger, do it. It gives the battery a cooler starting point and reduces the immediate climate load when you pull away. Heat is silent. You don't feel it immediately, but the battery does, and every degree matters. Beyond those 3 main habits, there are a few smaller daily practices worth building into your routine. Keep your tires properly inflated. Underinflated tires increase rolling resistance, which means the entire drivetrain, including the battery, works harder on every journey. A few minutes at a pump each month takes real load off the system. Don't carry unnecessary weight. Every extra kilogram means extra demand on the battery during every acceleration and deceleration cycle. Travel light when you can. Use eco mode intelligently. Eco mode softens throttle response and moderates climate output. It's not about being slow. It's about keeping power demand in the efficient range. In urban traffic especially, it makes a genuine difference. Keep airflow clear around battery vents. Check periodically that nothing is blocking the intake areas, particularly if you use the rear cargo space regularly, and stay on top of the maintenance schedule. Toyota service intervals exist for a reason. A well-maintained cooling system, inverter, and associated components keep the whole hybrid system running efficiently, which reduces unnecessary stress on the battery itself. None of these are dramatic, but done consistently, they create the conditions where the battery experiences less stress, less heat, and more efficient cycling. That's how 200,000-mile batteries happen. Here's something I find genuinely fascinating about Toyota hybrids. The car is actually designed to reward a specific type of driver, not the aggressive one, not the impatient one, the consistent one. Toyota engineers built this drivetrain to thrive on smooth, predictable inputs. Gradual acceleration, gentle early braking, steady cruising where momentum is preserved, rather than constantly built and thrown away. Consistent use of the system's features the way they were intended. When you drive like that, the battery operates almost entirely within its optimal window. Discharge is shallow. Regenerative charging is frequent. Heat generation is minimal. The cooling system barely has to work. Every component in the drivetrain is running near its design point. That's where longevity lives. I always use this analogy. Think of your hybrid battery like a marathon runner, not a sprinter. A sprinter burns everything, recovers under stress, accumulates fatigue fast. A marathon runner paces themselves, uses energy efficiently, and sustains performance over enormous distances. Your driving style determines which one your battery gets to be. Toyota built a system capable of extraordinary longevity. Your job, honestly, it's not that complicated, is just to drive in a way that lets it perform the way it was designed to. So let's bring it home. 3 habits. That's all this comes down to. Habit number 1, smooth acceleration. No hard launches, no aggressive throttle. Gradual, deliberate power application. Keep discharge shallow, keep heat low, keep cycling efficient. Smooth doesn't mean slow. It means your battery lasts longer. Habit number 2, use regenerative braking properly. Look further ahead. Lift off early. Brake gently. Give the system time to do what it was built to do. Every gentle deceleration feeds energy back in. Every hard late stop throws it away. Your Toyota wants to recover that energy. Give it the opportunity. Habit number 3, manage heat and idle stress. Park in shade. Keep vents clear. Avoid unnecessary idling. Remember that battery degradation from heat is silent, cumulative, and very real. The battery feels every degree, even when you don't. None of these cost money. None of them require tools. None of them need a mechanic. They're changes in how you drive. That's it. And those changes compound. Month after month, year after year, they add up to a battery that stays healthy, an efficiency that holds strong, and repair bills that simply don't arrive as early as they would have otherwise. If you want your Toyota Hybrid to stay efficient for years, instead of turning into an expensive surprise, start applying these habits today. The battery you protect now is the repair bill you avoid later. And if you found this useful, subscribe, because the more you understand how your car actually works, the longer, and better, it works for you.